Welcome back to another edition of the Marlins here on OOTP 26, and as you can see, we are geared up and ready to go here for the 2032 National League Division Series against our division foe in the New York Mets. They took out the Padres in the wild card round. The Phillies took out the Dodgers, so we have Cardinals, Phillies, Marlins, Mets, and then over on the American League side of things, it's the Guardians taking on the Tigers, who beat the Twins in the wild card round, and it's the Red Sox taking on the Astros, who beat the White Sox in the wild card round. So the matchups are set here for the DS. Let's take a look at what our roster looks like very quickly. We opted to go with... Even with that, it was tough. But we decided to go with 4 right-handers in the rotation because I obviously didn't want to rock a 5-man rotation in the playoffs here. It's really tough. We just have really, really good starting rotation, so somebody had to go into the bullpen, and I just felt like I wasn't going to put Patino, Waldrop, or Hernandez in the bullpen because they are our 3 top dudes, and I just feel like Hernandez translates better to the bullpen than Brito does. Brito is more of a control, ground ball sort of guy who's like proven he can go pretty deep into. I guess, you know what? His stamina's 40. Brito's going to the bullpen. I've changed my mind again. Hernandez will be in the rotation. Brito is going to be amongst these stoppers here for us. Not that these roles matter because I will be the one actually doing the roles here, but. Yeah, so we're going full young aside from Waldrop, Patino, Waldrop, Hernandez, and Hernandez. While in the bullpen, the tiers are Martin, Brito, Carrier, and Griffin is like that back end of the bullpen are 4 dudes. And then just like a big mix of Burnett, Ramirez, Garreau, Grijalva, and Bird. I would say that Grijalva and Bird are guys that I trust more than these dudes right now. So I would say the tiers are these 4 dudes, Martin, Brito, Carrier, and Griffin, then Grijalva and Bird, and then it would be Ramirez and Garreau, and then Burnett is like a tier after that. So we'll even throw Burnett here on like avoid high leverage just to signify that. But yeah, that's what our arms look like here for the postseason. And then on the hitting side of things, we've got a bit of variation between the righties and the lefties here. It's Brooksley at short leading things off, Vargas in right field, Lara in second, Mark Antonio at DH, Garza is playing center field for us, Nick Johnson in left, Ramirez catching, Camilo Diaz is slotting into the lineup at third base, and then Amishai is playing first base because he is able to do that. And then he is a lefty bat who is good against right-handed pitching, whereas George Mikov is the backup against righties because he has not figured out right-handed pitching to the point where he has figured out left-handed pitching. So he's going to be a platoon guy here for us this postseason. Partridge, Danny Munson is on the postseason roster here to give us some more depth since Camilo Diaz is going to be playing third base here. And then against lefties, it's the same thing with the Diaz at third base. Amishai, who doesn't really have lefties figured out, is not playing against lefties, so Mikov slots back in at first base. And then the outfield is Johnson, Garza, and Vargas still. And yeah, so it's the only changes. Mikov goes in and out. The lineup looks as it is. And we might end up putting Palma in at some point, but at least for now, Ramirez is going to be playing through this strained Achilles tendon, and we're just hoping that it doesn't affect him too much and he can have a prototypical Agustin Ramirez postseason. And then taking a look at this New York Mets ball club, they were the team that finished behind us with 93 wins, and they were right along with us for a while. We had that crazy August and September where we really took control of the division, but there was a good chunk of the season where they were within 2-3 games of us, so it was really only towards the end where we pulled away from them. So this was a really good team. This is no slouch. And not that I take anybody, it's not like I discard anybody we play against because we've lost to bad teams before, but this is not a bad team. So take a look at what they did in the regular season here. Pretty well-rounded team. I am seeing some glaring weaknesses in some of these, they strike out a ton. We could definitely take advantage of it. That is a bad matchup for them. Their hitters strike out an absolute ton, and we have our new look rotation of guys who just strike out everybody. So that might be a problem for them. The rest of this stuff here, they hit a ton of home runs. They also walk a ton. They score a good amount of runs. They're top 3 in the National League there. So it's a very good offense, but they are susceptible to the strikeout. They have a lot of swing and miss in their team. And then on the pitching side of things, they walk a ton of guys, and they don't play great defense. So hopefully that's something I think we can take advantage of. And then the rest of the stuff here, they do have a pretty decent, like, top 5 in bullpen, top 6 in total ERA, 4th in wins, 3rd least home runs allowed. So, you know, they've got some decent stuff going on here, but the glaring weaknesses are their strikeouts on the offense, their walks in the pitching, and then their defense. So we will have to see if we can take advantage of that here in this season, in this series, I should say, as we take a look at their pitching staff here. Some decent starters, it looks like. One guy standing out immediately. Oh, Skeens, obviously. They have Skeens, who is not dude-level Skeens anymore. You can see here he came to the Mets in 2031, had a dude-level Skeens year, and now in 2032, he's bad. He's been getting docked a ton. So yeah, Paul Skeens, the wheels are starting to fall off for him here. And we luck out, and the first time we faced Paul Skeens in a playoff series, he is no longer that level of guy. Also, he's slotted to pitch tomorrow, and he only has 37% stamina, so that might come back to bite them, and they have to play somebody else. Like maybe, I mean, he is their most, their most rested starter here. So they might just have to throw him. But then the other guy who's standing out to me, name-wise, is Ethan Norby, Connor Norby's brother, former East Carolina Pirate, coming off a 3-WAR season. He's one of their best starters. They've got some decent dudes here. They got guys who have good ERAs, good WARs. Lionel Downs, the right-hander, 25-year-old out of Nicaragua. Soft tosser, but effective nonetheless here in his first season in the big leagues. They've also got Franklin Gomez, a left-hander out of Venezuela, who is he's been around for a bit here for them. Started a ton. He's been up and down over the years. Looks like he came up and was, like, really lucky with the ERA. Then he had a down year. Then 2021, he started figuring things out. Turned into a really solid starter. This year, the best season of his career. So they've got, like, 3 legitimate pitchers, and then Paul Skeens, who you would think would be a legitimate pitcher, but he has been not good this season. So, you know, he's still Paul Skeens, though, so you still got to look out for that. They've got this Korean guy in their bullpen. Oh, they got him from us. That's this guy. Okay. This was a guy who we signed out of the KBO because I saw that he had all these crazy numbers in the KBO, and when I signed him, he had, like, military service or something. So I just thought he was going to, like, stash in our system, and then we would have him. But the Mets took him out of the Rule 5, and he turned out to be a good player for them, at least. Good enough. He's solid. He's been good for them. Limits home runs very well. Extreme ground ball. He's their closer right now. And then they don't really have a lot of good bullpen arms. Guys who have performed decently well, but, like, nobody's really standing out as, like, somebody who is great. Like, Nolan McClain stands out to me because I know the name from Oklahoma State. Yenier Cano stands out, but he's 38 years old. Yenier Cano, and he's horrible. Joe Mantiply is 41 years old. He was effective in 18 innings. Eli Morgan's 36, and he was whatever. They gave a bunch of innings to the Samuel Sanchez guy, who I would never give innings to. Zach Thornton pitched a decent amount out of the bullpen for them. He's not really anything special. Emmett Sheehan, they also gave a bunch of innings to. He's also not anything special. So the bullpen is definitely susceptible. Even though I'm pretty sure that was, like, one of their best things, was their bullpen ERA. So yeah, bullpen to me doesn't really stand out. So we'll see if we can get to that. And then on the offense side of things, sorted by wins, they have, wow, 2 6-win players, a 5-win player, and a 3-win player. Steven Martinez, I'm assuming that's how you say that, a right-handed right fielder with some seriously good hitting tools. 70 BABIP, 70 GAP, 75 power, 65 I. He is an absolute stud. He is their best player. Very scary player. 100%. Willie Leba in the other corner outfield spot. Also a very, very good player. Never strikes out, hits for home runs, hits doubles, plays a very good left field. Scary hitter. Ground ball hitter, though. So we will see if that, it doesn't seem to affect him much. It doesn't seem to affect him much because he's still a 6'4" player with a 174 WRC plus and 31 home runs. Then there's Ezequiel Tovar, who we are all familiar with. They have him on a big boy deal through 2037 at $39 million per, and he is still very, very good. 5-win season for him, 29 doubles, 31 home runs. He's an elite shortstop. We know all about Ezequiel Tovar here on this channel. And then Francisco Alvarez is still their catcher. 3-win season for him. And then behind him, it's Sal Stewart playing third base. Former Reds farmhand. Cesar Figueroa has some serious pop for them. And then nothing else really stands out. They've got this Japanese guy who was good in the minors, but he's like a young player. He's a young player who hasn't proven himself yet. And then they have Juan Soto playing first base, playing the Manny Machado role for them, like the Padres were having. 33 years old now, and he has fallen off a cliff. He just has not been last year's Juan Soto. He was really, really good in 2025, elite in 2026, and then ever since then, he had a really good season in 2028 where he had a really good hitting season. He must have been DHing that year. 2027, he was fine. 2029, league average. 2030, barely above league average. 1-win season. He was bad in 2031, and this year, a negative WAR player with a 620 OPS, 12 home runs. Juan Soto cooked at 33 years of age. And they still have him they extended him. They gave him an extension? Oh no, that's just when it kicks in. Okay, so they gave him an extension after the season. They were like, yeah, man, we'll watch back-to-back seasons like this, and we'll give you an extension. Oh, what? What is... And it's $51 million, too? You're still giving him $51 million? Are you... That's going to be terrible. Terrible. And here we are for the head-to-heads, position-wise, against the Mets. We have the edge. We have more position players than them. First base, second base, third base, center field, and DH. It gives them the edge at catcher, sure. Shortstop, I'd say that's pretty much a toss-up, to be honest. Left field, sure. Right field, sure. Although Vargas is no slouch. But this Martinez guy is another level. And then obviously we have the pitching edge. They're starting Samuel Sanchez. This is one of these reliever guys they had. So Skeens is not getting this start. It's Samuel Sanchez, a 40 overall potential. Okay. Maybe we don't start Patino. I feel like maybe we should play the matchups here. And we should go Hernandez goes today. Or maybe Waldrop. Maybe Hernandez. But I feel like we should be saving Patino for all our guys are better than their guys. Screw it. We're not gonna get in the weeds with this stuff. We're just gonna go with our 1 through 4. Patino's rocking game 1. We're getting into it. And here we are at Lone Depot Park, top 1. Anything going on? Nothing going for their offense. Scoreless frame for Sanchez. Scoreless frame for Patino. Garza's on second base with 1 out for Nick Johnson. Take that first pitch. In there for a ball. Take another pitch. 2-0. Now you can swing away. Works a full count. And Nick Johnson flies 1 to left field for out number 2. Garza tags up. Okay. Aggressive tag there. Gets in. So he's 90 feet away suddenly. We're just going to swing away with Ramirez as he lines one right at the second baseman. And we do nothing. Still 0-0 here. Move things on top 3. As Patino gives up 2 base runners here with 1 out for Montilla. Go after him. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to the shortstop Lee. 6-4-3 perhaps? No, they can only get the guy at second. So there's now runners on the corners. 2 outs for Willie Leyba. 1-0 count to him. He's going to slice that one, find some outfield grass in left field, and the Mets strike first here. They are now up 1-0. So first and second, 2 outs here for Steven Martinez. First pitch swinging. Ball gets away from Ramirez. Both runners move up. It's 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. And he's going to walk him. So he walks him. That's fantastic stuff. Bases are juiced. 2-2 count. Struck him out. Only gives up the 1 run. Move things on bottom 3. The offense needs to get something going. Diaz is on second base with a leadoff double. Now it is Troy Amichai stepping into the batter's box. And he takes that first pitch for a ball. Then it's a 2-0. Now you're swinging away. 3-1. As he rips that to right field. In the air, but into the glove of the right fielder that should be tagging. No, it's not. That's not a tag up from Diaz. I don't know how. So he's still at second with 1 out now for Brooks Lee. In there for strike 1. Full count. Ball 4. First and second, 1 out here for the Fish. Brings up Vargas. Takes that first pitch strike. And then well hit to left field. This one's carrying to the track, but it dies out there. 2 down, 2 on. Wilfredo Lara steps into the batter's box. Takes a first pitch strike, works a 2-2, and then just pops it up to the infield, and we do nothing. Still 1-0 for the Metropolitans as we move things on to the 4th inning. And Patino gives up a solo shot. Gets at it from there. It's 2-0 Mets, bottom 4. We do nothing offensively. It's 3-0 Mets. They got a man on second with 2 outs. Tovar's at the dish. And he goes down swinging. 3-0 Mets, bottom 5. The offense has done nothing. Amichai's on second base here with 2 outs. 2-1 count to Brooks Lee. Full count now. Spits on ball 4. That's Lee's second walk of the day. 2 on, 2 outs is Shedry Vargas. Takes that strike 1. And then just grounds one to the shortstop. That'll be the end of the inning. And we still do nothing. We are now through 5. It's a 3-0 Mets lead. He has 93 pitches. I think we're going to take Patino out of the game here. And we are going to turn to Peyton Martin. He's going to come out of the bullpen here. Works a scoreless frame. It's bottom 6. Lara's on second base here with 1 out for Jorge Garza. New pitcher is Zach Thornton against the lefty Garza. He's good enough against lefties, though, where we're not going to be pinch hitting for him. Take that first pitch. Make him throw a strike, and he does not. Take another pitch. That's 1-1. Now you're swinging away. 2-2. Garza. Over the leaping glove of the second baseman. Rounding third and heading home, perhaps, is Lara? No. He's holding up at third, so it's runners on the corners here with 1 out for Nick Johnson. 1 swing of the bat would tie this game, and if you want a man to do that, it is Nick Johnson. He takes the first 2 pitches. It's 1-1, now full count. Watches strike 3. 2 down. Brings up Agustin Ramirez, who has mightily struggled the past few months. Takes that first pitch ball. Takes that second pitch ball. 2-1 count now, and he just weakly grounds out to third base. Nothing going for the Marlins. They strand 2 runners onto the 6th. Peyton Martin still on the bump. Okay, man on second base. 2 outs here for Steven Martinez. 2-2 count. Ground ball gets through the infield. That's probably going to make it 4-0. The throw to the plate from Garza is cut off. It looked like it was going to be fine. It's cut off. It's 4-0 Mets. Jesus Christ. That's a fly ball to right field. That should get them out of the inning, but it's now 4-0 for New York as we move things on to the bottom of the frame, and the offense has done literally nothing all game long. And they continue to do nothing. Top 8 now. Down 4. We just bring in a random pitcher just to keep it at 4, not waste a stopper. Luke Garreau finds himself in some trouble. Runner on second, 1 out for Soto. Go after him, he stinks. And of course, he singles, drives in the 5th run of the game. It's 5-0 Mets. What the fuck is going on here? He gets at it from there. It's bottom 8s. Let's just half it. We finally tack on a run. And then Garreau is going to come out. We're going to bring in Mike Bird. Mike Bird enters, works a scoreless frame. Aaron Rund enters the game. I don't remember seeing this guy on their team, but he's in the game. So it's bottom 9. Nobody out. Ramirez, Diaz, and Amishai do up. I mean, we can't pinch hit for Ramirez, can we? Let's go batter by batter here in the 9, see if we can get a rally going. That's in there for a strike. 0-2, he's just going to strike out. Yep, awesome. Ramirez does nothing, 1 down, brings up Camilo Diaz. Takes that first pitch, works 2-1. That's a base knock. Camilo Diaz gets on first base. So it's 1 on, 1 out here for Troy Amishai. The matchup we want, left-handed batter, taking that first pitch for a ball. Now it's 1-1, 1-2. Amishai grounds into a 3-6-3 double play. That's the ball game. And the Mets win this one 5-1. They take a 1-0 lead in the series. All right, folks, it is game 2 here at Lone Depot Park. We're down 1-0 in the series. It is Hurston Waldrop throwing for us, and today they do indeed have Paul Skeens throwing. So it's our former ace against the former ace of all aces, Paul Skeens. So top 1 here. And Waldrop's in some trouble. First and second, nobody out. Willie Leba. 2-2 count to him. Softly hit ground ball. Brooks Lee makes the out at first, but that's basically just a sacrifice. Second and third, 1 out for their cleanup man. We're going to pitch around it with a bag open, and then the ball gets away from Ramirez. They score a run on a wild pitch. Full count to Martinez. Ground ball third base. Lara field. Oh, that's Vargas. Never mind. Or that's Diaz. We've played like a bunch of guys at third base this year, I think. So Diaz fields that. 2 down. First base open for Figueroa here. 2-2 count. Struck him out. So they score 1 on a passed ball. But now it's bottom 1. And we're already tying this game up. Who was that? Wilfredo Lara solo shot. 1-1 ball game. Nothing else going. It's top 2. Scoreless frame for Waldrop. Nick Johnson's on second base. 1 out for Camilo Diaz, who just takes strike 3. It's 2 down. Brings up Amishai, who also goes down swinging. We move things on to the 3rd inning, where Waldrop will work a scoreless frame. Skeens counters with a scoreless frame of his own. Waldrop does in the top of the 4th. And now we have 2 runners on, Ramirez and Garza on second and third, respectively, here for 1 out. And Camilo Diaz stepping into the box, taking that first pitch for a ball. Now we're going to swing away. It's 2-0, and he just grounds a little dribbler to the catcher. He's got some fleet feet, but not enough to beat it out at first. So 2 down, 2 on, still at second and third for Troy Amishai. Take that first pitch, please. In there for a strike. 2-2 count now, and he goes down swinging. We strand 2 on second. It's still a 1-1 game. Top 5. Waldrop, man on second base, and Tovar. Francisco Alvarez at the dish. And then Tovar goes and swipes third. So man on third, nobody out. Alvarez ground ball gets to the infield, and the Mets take a lead. It's 2-1 here for the Metropolitans, as Waldrop's already up to 78 pitches. Juan Soto's up. Can we work a double play, perhaps? They're laying down a bunt with Juan Soto. Why are we throwing to second, even though there's... Oh, my God. Ramirez has already... He's given up a run on a wild pitch. He went 0-4 yesterday. He just did whatever the fuck that was. And now there's 2 on, nobody out. Sky to the infield. That'll be 1 down. Now you're 1 pitch away from getting out of this. So now it's Kochi coming up. 1-0 pitch to him. That gets through the infield. And that's now going to be a 3-1 Mets lead. Fantastic stuff. We're taking Waldrop out of the game. Do we want to bring in Burrito at this point? No. Let's bring in Grijalva. No. We will bring in Brito. We're going to bring in Brito. Out of the bullpen here. Johnny Brito. And he's going to pitch to contact here. Try to get a double play. As instead that's tattooed off the left center field wall. And ricochets away from the center fielder. That's going to be a bases clearing triple. And we are now cooked. Absolutely cooked. 5-1 Mets. Willie Leiba's up. That's a walk. Brito can't find the zone, even with his 65 control. The runners on the corners here. One out for Steven Martinez. 1-2 count to him. Gets him on a sinker. Out number 2. Brings up Figueroa. 2-0 count. Over the leaping glove of Brooks Lee. That's going to score another run. It's now 6-1 for the Mets. And Tovar steps into the batter's box. 1-2. Struck him out. So move things on, bottom 5. Offense continues to do nothing for us. As I say that, they tack on 3. It's a 6-4 ball game. What happened? Solo home run for Brooks Lee. A single from Vargas. Lara flew out. Mark Antonio tripled, scored Vargas. Garza singles, scores Mark Antonio. And that would be all that happened, as we now have ourselves a 6-4 ball game. Here in the 6th inning, we're going to bring in... where's Carrier? Here we go. Carrier is going to come in the game here. Work a scoreless frame. It's bottom 6. Let's just half this shit. Nothing going. We tack on a couple hits, though. Carrier in some trouble. First and second, 1 out here for Steven Martinez. Go after him. 2-2 count. Ground ball. Looks like it goes through Amishai's legs. And they tack on another run. We bring it within 2. Now it's a 3-run lead again. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Let him face Figueroa. And if he can't get out of it from here, he walks him. So it's bases loaded. 1 out. And it's righty, lefty. Let's bring in Peyton Martin again. He comes into the pen. 1-0 count. Infield is in. And that's crushed down the line. That's game over. That's game over, folks. Brutal stuff. I mean, what the hell's going on with our postseason performance here? That's a bases clearing double. It's a 10-4 ball game. Can you just get out of this, please? You can. Thank you. Eli Morgan comes in for the Mets. Half that. Oh my god! We just put up a 6 spot, and it's now a 10-10 game. Single from Lara. Mark Antonio strikes out. Garza singles. Lara moves to second base. Johnson walks. Bases juiced. Agustin Ramirez comes up, flies out, runner tags up. Then Diaz doubles. That scores a couple. Nolan McLean comes in. Amishai singles. Diaz scores. Brooks Lee. 2-run home run. 10-10 ball game. Top 8. Peyton Martin is getting up there in pitches here. I think we want to go batter by batter with him. We're going to pitch to this first guy. That's a ground ball, second base. 1 down. Beautiful stuff. 29 pitches. Willie Leiba. Pitch around Tim. 0-2 count. Here it comes. Ground ball back to Martin. Fields his position. Fires to first. 2 down. Brings up Steven Martinez. 34 pitches. Let's pitch around him. Full count. And that's ball 4. That'll be the end of the day for Peyton Martin. As they have a lefty in the ball game, we are turning to TJ Griffin. Lefty on lefty. They bring in Seiya Suzuki. They counter with Seiya Suzuki. And he still works the ground ball. Beautiful stuff. We get through the 8th, or the top of the 8th. It's still 10-10. Bottom 8, we have Lara, Mark Antonio, and Garza up at the plate. Aaron Rund has entered the game for them. Let's just swing away. Why not? Lara, 2-1 count. Ground ball, third base side. Nothing going. So 1 down. Brings up Mark Antonio. Full count. Watches strike 3. It's 2 down in the inning. 1-1 count to Garza. That gets through the infield, so a little two-out base knock there from Jorge Garza. Keeps the inning alive. Brings up Nick Johnson. Garza's running. Throw down to second, not in time. Garza in for scoring position. And Nick Johnson, 1-2 counts, goes down on a check swing. So now it's 3 down, still 10-10. We move things on to the top of the 8th, or the top of the 9th, rather. TJ Griffin facing Tovar, Alvarez, and Soto. Let's just risp it. Scoreless frame for TJ Griffin. It's bottom 9. We have a chance to walk it off. Ramirez, Diaz, and Amishai due up. We have to roll with Ramirez. Show me that you're not a wash. If you don't do anything here, Palma's starting the next game. Palma is starting the next game. That is settled. So it's 1 down. Camilo Diaz steps in the batter's box. 1-2 count to him. Fly ball right field, that'll be 2 down. Now it's the 9-hitter in Troy Amishai. Lefty hitter, righty pitcher. Take that first pitch, please. That's in there for strike 1. 1-2 count now. As the Fish go 1-2-3, and we are on to extras here in the NLDS Game 2. This is still Game 2. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so 9-1-2 up for them here. And TJ Griffin, don't want to let him pitch another inning. Although we are starting to get to the point where we've got... Let's go batter by batter. Batter by batter here. 2-0 count to Sal Stewart. Ground ball third base side. Diaz makes the play. That's 1 down. Brings up Kochi. 2-2 count to him. Struck him out. 2 down. Brings up Montilla. Full count to him. And that's lined right at Laura at second base. 1-2-3 go the Mets. It's bottom 10. And it's the top of our order. 1-2-3. They're bringing on the former Fish farmhand in Sung-Hin Lee. Something like that. And Brooks Lee is swinging away. Full count. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Brooks Lee, ground ball right side. 1 down. Brings up a Shedry Vargas. First pitch swinging. Popped up to center field. That's 2 down. So now it's Wilfredo Lara. Steps in the box. 1-1 count to him. Ground ball right side. Gets past the diving glove of the second baseman. Keeps the inning alive. Lara possibly steals seconds. He's off and running. The throw down, not in time. Lara's in scoring position here. 1-0 to Mark Antonio. Intentional walk. First and second, 2 outs, lefty on lefty. Garza's hitting 770. I don't care that it's lefty on lefty. First pitch swinging. And he dribbles it back to the pitcher. But he's got the fleet feet, folks. Make the pitcher feel his position. 5 hits. National League playoff extra inning game record. Bases are juiced here. 2 outs. And wouldn't this be something? Nick Johnson stepping into the batter's box. The new Marlin. Just swing away, my friend. Did he just do it? He just did it. Nick Johnson walks it off in the 10th. The Fish win this one 11-10. Absolutely insane comeback from the Marlins. Are we back, folks? It's so over. We're so back. As it's the series is knotted up at 1 game apiece. Alrighty, folks. We are now in Flushing like Dylan G. Game 3 of the NLDS. It's Franklin Gomez, a lefty on the bump for them. So that means that Mikov is playing first base for us. We have no Amishai in the lineup today. And we also kept our promise. Miguel Palma playing catcher today here for us. He is catching, not Agustin Ramirez. He is coming off the bench for us. And then on the bump for us is Ramon Hernandez. Swap baby on the bump. So top 1 here. Brooks Lee leadoff double. Brings up Vargas. 3-1 count. Ground ball at the shortstop. 1 down. Tovar easy play for him. That would then bring up Wilfredo Lara. 0-1. Slices it down the first baseline, but fielded by Soto. 2 down, runner moves up to third base, 90 feet away, but 2 outs for Mark Antonio, who grounds one to second base. Nothing going. Move things on bottom of the frame. So Ramon Hernandez, Swamp Baby on the bump. Swamp Baby working a scoreless frame. So top 2 here. Nothing going. Nothing going. Nothing going. Nothing going. Nothing going. Nothing going. Garza's on second base here with a leadoff double. He continues to be on fire. Top 5. Mikov facing a lefty. 1-1 count. Skies it into the infield. And that's 1 down. So Garza's still on second base. It is Miguel Palma, who, by the way, has some damn good ratings. Or at least he used to. I feel like he used to have better. Maybe they've gone down a bit here, but he's got some decent stats against lefties. So Palma stepping into the batter's box here. Kind of tempted to steal third base, but we'll let him at least take that first pitch. That's a ball. We're going to try to steal third. Garza's off and running. He's dead meat. He's dead meat. Watch this be a double. No, he just line drive. Okay, so that makes me feel better about him stealing third. So we do nothing. It's bottom 5. Hernandez scoreless frame. Top 6. We do nothing. They do nothing. We do nothing. 2-run shot. At least I'm assuming that's what happened. Yep, Steven Martinez, 2-run home run. It's a 2-0 game all of a sudden. Ramon Hernandez was cruising and gives up that. Now he's going to take him out of the game here as he has not recorded an out yet in the inning. It's lefty, righty, righty. We're going to bring in, not Brito yet, we're going to bring in Luke Garreau. Why not? Maybe that's why. Gives up a solo shot, gets at it from there. It's 3-0 Mets. Garza, Mikov, and Palma do up. Let's just half this, see if something happens. No, nothing happens. Luke Garreau is going to come out of the game. We're down 3. We're going to bring in Mike Bird. He comes in. Works a scoreless frame. It's top 9. We have Johnson, Lee, and Vargas due up. Take that first pitch, please. That's ball 1. Now you swing away. It's 1-2. And Johnson goes down swinging. Brings up Brooks Lee. 1-0 pitch to him. Skies it. Doesn't even leave the infield. That'll be 2 down easy. And now it's a Shedry Vargas. Down to our final out of the game. And that'll be it. Ground ball to Tovar, the sure-handed shortstop. We drop this one 3-0 as we have 3 total hits in this one. As Hernandez goes 6 innings, gets into that 7th, and gives up that 2-run home run, and that's where it all ended. He got 9 Ks, really good performance, but gets out-dueled by Franklin Gomez, who goes 7 innings, scoreless, only gives up 2 hits, and then Lee comes into the bullpen, goes 2 scoreless, only gives up 1 hit, strikes out 3. As our offense just did literally nothing aside from Garza. He's the only guy on the team who could do anything right now, as we are down 2-1 in the series. Alright, here we are, folks. Down back against the wall. Down 2-1 in the series here against the New York Mets. In a 5-game set, they win this and they move things on to the LCS. We win this and we force a pivotal game 5. So, changed around a couple things in the lineup. We have a shit ton of lefties or a shit ton of righties in a row, but I just feel like we needed Lee and Garza 1-2 right now because those are the only guys hitting for us. And then it's Lara, Mark Antonio, Vargas, Diaz, Ramirez, Johnson, and Mikov because they have a lefty in Ethan Norby. We have a lefty and in Jose Hernandez going. As top 1, let's get into it here. Garza's on second with 2 outs for Mark Antonio, who goes down 0-2 and grounds one over first base side. That somehow gets through the seeing eye single. Why is he going to second? Somehow he ends up at second base. What a hilarious animation. It's 1-0 Fish. Oh my god. Full count to Vargas. He goes down swinging, but the Fish take an early 1-0 lead here. Jose Hernandez on the bump. works the scoreless frame. We're on top 2. Nothing going to the offense. Scoreless frame for Hernandez. We have a solo shot. Was that Mikov? George Mikov with a leadoff home run, top 3. It's a 2-0 lead. We do nothing else. They hit a solo shot. They have a man on second, 2 outs for Willie Leba. As that somehow gets away from Ramirez. I don't understand how that got away from him, but sure. But then Leba grounds at the shortstop. Lee makes the play. It's still a 2-1 ball game. We still have a lead. So top 4 here. Nothing going. Nothing going for them. Nothing going for us. Nothing going for them. Garza's on second base. He is hitting .750. Wilfredo Lara digs into the batter's box. 1-0 count. That is absolutely tattooed. Adios, pelota. Oh my goodness. Only 383, but that looked like it had an exit velo of 150. My goodness. O'Neal Cruz wishes he could do that. 4-1 fish with 1 swing of the bat there. A 2-run shot for Wilfredo Lara. As I take a sip of some water here, we move things on to the next batter. And Camilo Diaz is on second base here. It's a 5-1 lead. What happened there? So Mark Antonio singled, and then against Emmett Sheehan, Diaz doubled. It's a 5-1 ball game. The bats have come alive, folks. Agustin Ramirez, 1-1 count. That's hit well, but right at the center fielder. Nothing going. It is now onto the top, or the bottom of the 6th, where Hernandez gets himself into some trouble. He's at 95 pitches, first and second, 1 out. And it is Tovar at the dish. We're not going to let him face Tovar. We are instead going to bring in Johnny Brito out of the bullpen. Go after Tovar. 0-1 count, please. 6-4-3. 6-4-3 gets Tovar to ground out to end the inning. Strand 2 runners, still 5-1 fish. We're on to the 7th. Now it's 6-1 fish because Brooks Lee just hit a home run, I'm assuming? Was that just what that was? Brooks Lee solo home run. Him and Garza continue to be our best bats this series. Nothing else going. It's a 6-1 ball game. Brito works a scoreless frame. We do nothing. Brito works a scoreless frame. We do nothing. I don't want to get Brito just out there killed, so we are going to bring in Chris Ramirez with a 5-run lead here. And he closes it out. The Fish have forced a Game 5 as we are going back to Lone Depot Park. Oh man, Kyle Johnson just retired. The former, when did we take him? He was our 2nd-round pick in 2026, one of like the 3 real guys in the 2nd-year draft class, because why would that be a thing? But never makes it to the big leagues, was in AA, AAA for a long time, and just never really broke through as a guy who really ever was worth calling up. As we look at his career stats here in the minor leagues, just never broke through. Unfortunate. This right here is what we want, folks. It is Pedro Patino, our guy, on the bump. The man we just gave that extension to. He's on the bump here. Game 5, winner takes all, moving on to the LCS. We're taking on the Mets. They have Paul Skeens going. They have their guy, we have our guy. And we have Amishai playing first base today. The lineup looks about the same as the last game. Lee and Garza top of the lineup, and it's Lara, Mark Antonio. But then Amishai, since we have his lefty bat in the lineup, then Diaz, Vargas down to 7th, Johnson and Ramirez in the 9-hole. Let's get into it here. Top 1, scoreless frame. Bottom 1, we have 2 on, 1 out here for Mark Antonio, because of course Garza got on. He's hitting .722. Full count to Mark Antonio. That's a 4-6-3 double play. Apparently they have JJ Weatherholt. Did not see that. He must have just came back from injury or something, because I did not remember seeing him. Or I guess he was in the minors for them? Weird. Anyways, top 2. Runner on second, 2 outs for Francisco Alvarez. 1-2 count to him, blows it by him. Also just realized we're rocking the sleeves today. That's not a good omen for them. So now it's top 2, or bottom 2. We do nothing. They do nothing. We do nothing. They have a man on second with 1 out for Steven Martinez. 2-2 to him. Struck him out. That's 7 Ks. Figueroa comes up, 2-0 count. Ground ball. Fielded by Lara. 3 down. Scoreless frame. Move things on bottom 4. Almost at 5, and it sounded like I'm saying 4 like a southern act. Bottom foul. As now Garza, what am I saying, does nothing to lead off the inning, or I don't know what he did. He did not get on. So top 5, nothing going. We have 2 on, nobody out. Vargas. Tempted to bunt here. We're going to bunt even with Vargas. Can't get it down. I'm not bunting again. 2-2. Just watch a strike 3. Awesome. We do nothing. So now it's Johnson up, who has struggled. Works a full count. He goes down swinging. Now it's Ramirez. Works a full count. He goes down swinging. That's 3 straight Ks. Skeen strands 2. Top 6. Patino in some trouble. First and second. 1 out for Steven Martinez. 0-1 count to him. Plunks him. Bases juiced for the Mets. Cesar Figueroa. First pitch swinging. Fly ball center field. Caught by Garza. Weatherholt tags. It's going to be 1-0 Mets on a sac fly. Now Tovar's up. Full count to him. Walks him. That's his 5th walk of the game. He's got 5 walks, but 10 Ks this game? Something like that? I don't know. But bases juiced here. 2 outs. Francisco Alvarez is up. He's at 104 pitches. Man. Do we let him do this? I don't think we can. I don't think we can let him do this. I think we got to go to fuck it. Let's roll with our guy here. 1-1 count. I mean, it went through your fucking player model, man. Catch the ball. They tack on 2. It's a 3-0 Mets lead. Now we go to the bullpen here. We're going to bring on Carrier. 2-2 count. Juan Soto at the dish. Juan Soto, a negative win player, gets a base knock. Keeps the inning alive. Never mind. They try to throw it. They try to score, and we get the throw to the plate in time. So 3-0 Mets, though. They tack on 3 that inning. Our offense has still done nothing. We're half in the offense from here on out. Do nothing there. Carrier in some trouble. Runners on the corners here. 2 outs for Steven Martinez. So we're going to pitch around. That was, I mean, that looked like I know the animations aren't accurate in this game, but that looked like he had a 9-second pop time. That was brutal. 3-1 count. Walks him. Now we got to take out Carrier. We got to bring TJ Griffin in here. Lefty on lefty action. 0-1 count. Fly ball left field. Caught by Johnson. So still 3-0. Move things on bottom 7. Offense, do something. Beautiful. Tie game. What the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? Mark Antonio singles. They bring in Mantiply to face the lefty. He gets the lefty, but then Diaz singles. It's first and second. Then Vargas singles. It's bases juiced. Then they bring in Lee. Johnson strikes out. Ramirez doubles. Agustin Ramirez finally breaks through. Bases clearing double. Tie game. Move things on top 8. Griffin's still got a bunch of stamina. And he works a scoreless frame. Still tied, bottom 8 here. Lee on the bump facing Garza, Lara, and Mark Antonio. Let's just go batter by batter at this point. 2-0 count. Garza. Ground ball to first base. That is Kevin Parada? That's Kevin Parada playing first base. Okay. The Georgia Tech former catcher. I remember when he got taken, and they were like, oh my god! Well, I shouldn't say they. I should say the absolute morons who don't understand baseball drafting. Freaking out that, like, oh my god, they have Francisco Alvarez. Why would they draft Kevin Parada? Idiots. Anyways, one down. Lara's up. Double. Wilfredo Lara delivers, punches that one out to right center field. One out double. He's in scoring position. He's got some fleet feet. Brings up Mark Antonio. And they're walking him. They want nothing to do with Mark Antonio. First and second here. One out. Troy Amichai, lefty, not facing him here. It is George Meekhoff time. We're playing the matchups. He's coming in. Righty versus lefty. Works a 3-1. And he delivers! George Meekhoff does what he does best. Comes in against a lefty. Delivers the go-ahead run. RBI single. It's still first and second here. One out for Camilo Diaz, who also crushes lefties. Here, though, we'll just watch a sinker for strike 3. So 2 down brings up Vargas. 1-0 count to him. Ground ball, third base side. That's the end of the inning, but we are on to the top of the 9th with a 1-run lead. George Meekhoff will be playing first base from here on out. And, you know, just because Ramirez is hurt, we are going to bring in Palma to catch the rest of the game, simply because he's got the better defense. And they have righty, lefty coming up. And we are going to turn to the guy who has closed the most games for us this season, Peyton Martin. Batter by batter here. Oh, let's just risk it. Why not? Bang! Gets it done. We win the NLDS. A comeback effort in both Game 4 and Game 5. This one was on the backs of an 11 strikeout performance from Pedro Patino. He walked 5 guys, but who cares? He struck out 11. That's the fancy number. That's the sexy number. That's the number we all want, folks. Peyton Martin slams the door shut. Big time stuff. Agustin delivers in that, what was it, the 8th? The 7th when we tied it. It was Lara with a double, and then Meekhoff with a pinch hit RBI single in the 8th. Beautiful stuff. We come back and win. We move things on to the NLCS for, what is that? How many seasons are in a row now have we advanced to the CS? As, we already have our matchup set. The St. Louis Cardinals beat the Philadelphia Phillies. We have not played them yet in the postseason here. So Cardinals-Marlins will be the first time we do that here, as we drop that first 2 to the Mets. Or no, we win the first one. No, we win the second one. We drop the first one, then we win the second one in that crazy comeback game. Game 3, we lose 3-0. Game 4, we kick the shit out of them. And then Game 5, we come back and win. So it wasn't a comeback effort in Game 4. I misremembered. It was Game 2 that we had the huge comeback. But we did have a bunch of comebacks this series. Now it's time to put our sights on the St. Louis Cardinals.